Hi, everyone, and welcome to our weekly live. Today is February 3rd. It's already February. It's crazy, just flying by, as they always say. Each month it feels that way. I am Christine Josti of Mail Something Pretty, and thanks for joining me today and each week. If you join each week, I hope you do. Or if you're brand new, thank you. I hope I show you some fun stuff. And so I just always like when I go live to make sure that it's all working. I think it is. But let me know if you can hear me. Perfect. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining in. Every time it seems like I use this service, it's like new things to look at. And I don't use it until I go live, and then I get distracted and not know what things work. So, anyways, it is working. So great. So, and Nancy's here. Awesome. Hi. So I have a new tool, a new product to show you, and it's called a Stampin' Positioner. Um, I have it, I haven't even used it yet, and I'll go through it. We're going to learn how to use it together. Hopefully, I have everything I need. But before I begin, if you earned any bonus day coupons for January, you can start to use them beginning today through February 28th. I think that's the last day that you can use them. And I kind of showed you how to do that in my email this morning. The other thing is I have my joint live with Anne on Thursday evening. Five, no, it's all written on here. Let's see, 7 o'clock Eastern time, and then go back an hour for each of your time zones. Thanks, Nancy. And so we changed our format on how we did our lives before. I would show something, she would show something, and there was a commonality, either a theme or a product or something. They were a little long. And so we kind of decided to shorten them up a little bit and to change it and to include you more. So I've emailed it out. I'll put it on my Facebook page. It's on my blog, but I have measurements. So we're following along every other month. So I was the leader and designer for January and is the designer and leader for February. I have no idea what the project is. This is all I know. So I get the same information as you. So you can pre-cut stuff ahead of time, or you can pre-cut while we're doing the live, and we're going to make some little project. So it's fun. So I hope you can join in. All right, I think those are kind of the two housekeeping things I had to do. All right, and so that is it's over here. This is the new Stampin' Positioner. So it replaces, it's actually funny the timing. I wrote this in my email. So I had made a whole bunch of cards that I gave out. And Nancy, this might be a spoiler because I don't know if your paper share arrived or not, but I included this card in my paper share. I like to include a card that kind of focuses on one of the papers. And so this is what we're going to make today. And in order to do this, I used my Stamparatus because I made like 20 of them. And so this was the old Stamparatus that works perfectly fine. It's just retired. Um, there was, I don't know, just not even to go into it. But anyway, Stampin' Up! Had to retire it, but it works great. But now they can, but so since then, no one's been able to get a positioner. So now they have this new one. It's, oh, sorry about the glare there. So I think, I know it's patent pending. I think it's licensed through another company and Stampin' Up! Put their branding on it. Don't go on me for that. They haven't really told us that, but from different things I've been reading and hearing. But this is sold through Stampin' Up! Or actually, it's not sold through Stampin' Up! Yet. You can get it for free during the month of February until March 2nd if you join as a demonstrator. So a couple times a year, Stampin' Up! Does an incentive to join. And the last one was in October, and that was like a reduced kit. And then usually in the wintertime, they have a product. So actually, the glass mat they gave out, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Now I forget, as part of the sign on incentive. So the stamp positioner is it. Okay, for this month. So let's use it. So I haven't used it yet. So we're going to use it together for the first time because, like I said, I used my Stamparatus. We're going to use this. I think, they're similar. So that's why I'm confident that we can use it together. So it comes with instructions, but I'm telling you, the instructions or parts doesn't really tell you a whole lot of instructions. So, and then these pictures, but we're gonna do it together. You get this big plate. You get a smaller plate, and these work the same. They just put them placements different, but they are really the same thing. You get these two magnets, and I really actually like how they have these little lift up tabs because it makes it so much easier than all the other ones to lift up. Um, it does not come with this paper, so it comes with just a plain platform that you can use by itself. And there's also, I don't know if you can see, there's a ruler on top and a position so it helps you rotate your paper. And hello from North Carolina. Hello, Polly. Um, they are selling graph paper, special graph paper. So they will be selling, but as a starter kit, you can add it into your starter kit. This whole pack of graphic paper, and there's actually little holes punched in here, and they actually fit right along these holes in here. And so, if again, I haven't used it yet, but a thought I had was I may take one of these and get it laminated so then I can use one over and over again, like if I had to draw measurements on it just to reuse, or as we go about today's project, I'll kind of give ideas, like if I it was always going to stamp with a circle, maybe I would trace the circle and then get it laminated, figuring that out. But anyways, you get a whole, how many sheets, 50 sheets of graph paper that can be used lots and lots. And the back side is metric. So that's kind of what comes with it. I paid $49 for it, so it will be for sale. They say at a later date for $49. And like I said, you can also get it as part of your starter kit for free this month. All right, so let's go back to the card. This is what we're gonna make. It's using the Sweet Bugs bundle, which is really cute. That is located in the little mini catalog. And there's actually a nice little layout. So you get some nice card samples. It comes, the whole suite comes with the stamp set and dies, these cute little epoxy, I don't have them yet though. Little ladybugs, this ribbon, and there's paper. So I mean, just look how sweet that is. Like literally sweet because it has jam. So you can do lots of fun things with it. So that's the suite I'm using. It is the bundle. It's the dies actually that are not available at the moment. So the bundle's not available at the moment, but they should be back the week of February 9th. So I think that's next week. So I was okay still showing it to you. I don't always like to show things that aren't available, but this will be back next week. All right, so let's move this down so you can see the card. This is what we're gonna do. Oh, I'll show you the paper. Oh, I have it here. It is. This is called Cute as a Bug, I think, the paper. So this just reminds me of a nice little tablecloth. You get a nice little mushrooms. All these cute little bugs. These patterns on the back. You get this, you can kind of create your own background. You have the little ferns in the back. More scenery. These are the pieces I used for the cards. Look at the strawberries. And there's actually a new strawberry embossing folder that just went live today too. I didn't think to bring it up. It actually goes with another set that would work really nicely with this. It's like different like jelly jars. I'll show that again because I'll be using that. And I already showed you that piece. So it's cute paper. It was part of the paper share for all those who got the paper share from me too. All right. Let me think all the cutting's done except for my card base. So let me do that first. I'm using soft speed foam. I like to use this as a neutral background when I don't always want to use white or gray. I think it works really nice. I like to score my paper first at 4 1/4, and then I cut it. Oh no, I went that way. let's see. I can do it this way because now this card opens this way. I think I like them to open this way. But let's see if I have a nice stash of paper up here. If I have another sheet, I do. All right, let's do that again. So I will save these two card faces for another card. When I cut it this way, I just think it holds up better on someone's table or mantle or wherever they display it better. Sometimes I find like if you have it open this way, it can like flop a little bit. I know I didn't crease it. There's no wrong way. I just this personal preference. I like them when they to open that way. So in that case, we are going to score at 5.5 first. And then we're going to cut at 4.25. It's the same measurements, just different direction of how the placement of the card goes. All right, actually, I think maybe we'll use both. We'll make two. All right, so let's crease that down. All right, let's see. Oh, we got another one. Jane, looking forward to seeing this in action. Me too. I said this is the first time I've used it live on camera. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more ways of using it than I'm going to show you right now. I'm kind of discovering it together. And when I do learn all the ways, I will do a standalone video on using it. So I used for this particular card the biggest circle from my Stylish Shapes dies. These are like my all-time favorite dies. So I've already pre-cut those circles. So when I used my Stamparatus, I imagine the process is exactly the same. You can kind of use your piece of paper anywhere on this area. So you can do it in the middle, you can do it, along, you can put it anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it along the two lines here. Like you can put it along the lines here or here, wherever you're comfortable, but I'm just going to use it in the upper left corner. I'm going to put that there and I'm going to put the magnet down to hold it down. Now, what I was saying is before, I may laminate a sheet of this, and if I find, and I do use this size a lot, what I could do is anywhere on the paper, you could just trace the circle with a marker, then laminate it. And you could even actually do like a circle and a square. You could actually get a couple. The most common shapes you use, you could probably get a couple on here. So you trace them and then laminate them. So then you could always have that outline of how to set up your stamps, which is what I'm going to do now, but I'm just going to set them up actually on the paper. I hope I didn't mix you up. So I'm going to use the Sweet Bugs set. These are all the die cuts and these are the stamps, and it really is adorable. No, I've already designed the card, so I'm just going to kind of copy the layout of what I've done, but this is where you can kind of decide where you want things. So I'm going to use the little bee. I'm going to use, what else did I use? The little mushrooms and the watering can. Now the watering can, well, I'll talk about that in a second. I think that's all I'm using on here right now. So I'm going to, on my circle, I'm going to say, I want the cute little bee to be right there. And I want, make sure it doesn't move. I want my little mushrooms to be there because then it's going to pour the water onto the mushrooms there. I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay, this is exactly what we did with the Stamparatus. Then I'm going to take my plate and there's these little, and they push in and then these kind of push in. So there's holes in each corner and they line up with, hold on, I did it upside down. Read the Stampin' Up, don't have it upside down. And these holes fit on the cushion part and then the cushion part are on the bottom. That makes more sense. Um, let's see. Jane says, cute set. Do the dies cut all the bugs from this paper? I'm not sure. We'll find out. We'll look at that. Remind me if I don't do it. Um, so I'm gonna press down. These are where I put my stamps, and that's my plate. So this plate is just gonna act like a block. So when I take it off, now the stamps are on my plate. So because I had this in the corner here against these two lines, I know that that's the placement where it's gonna go. I'm going to ink up my bugs here. I'm using Memento Black because I'm going to use Blends markers to color it in. Now the same thing, I just got a little black on my plate, and I know from using the Stamparatus, that's okay. It's not going to transfer to my paper. So now I'm just going to put these holes in these notches. And I already have it lined up. And then I'm just going to press down like you would do with just a block. There we go. So then, if I'm doing multiples, I want to make more. I'm going to put a new circle down, same spot, magnets down, ink this up again. Put that in the holes and press down. So you can kind of see that there's an assembly line. The one thing, like the Stamparatus, again, this is only if you know the stampers have it. You could use both sides of the plate. That was kind of a nice thing. You could switch them around. It appears, again, this is new to me, that you can only use one side of the plate because the holes go in here. But oh, they go this way. I have to keep doing it the right way. But it doesn't mean you then if I had something else I wanted to stamp in another color, I could have set up stamps on this side and then inked it and do it that way. So you can use, all sections of your plate versus the different sides. That makes sense? So the only other thing I was going to do, reason why I didn't do the watering can at the same time is block. I'm just going to actually use a block. Actually, I'm going to use in the corner because this is a thin block and I'll end up getting ink everywhere. Because I'm using it in a different color. Now I could have done it this way, but you're only going to see as we put it together, so you're only going to end up seeing the water. All right. This positioner, like I said, comes with the big plate and it comes with this smaller plate. And the smaller plate works exactly the same. You have, again, read the Stampin' Up the right way, not upside down. These lock into, oh, here we go. The hole, I keep wanting to put these white holes in the soles, but the holes are on top of, not. So those holes lock into here. So if I had like that, actually, I should have done that. I should have put the little watering can on there. I could have put the watering can on there and then and pushed it down. But what this is designed for, I think, are for like longer stamps. And I just bought some, and I'll I don't know what they're called, but they're dogs and cats. They're really cute. It's like a line of them, or words. So you can turn it this way, like if I wanted to put words, and then you just stamp it that way, kind of like with the Stamparatus, where we had that hinge. I think we would put it here and would move it down so you could get a line of these words. Generally, this works the same way. So you would stamp it here, and then you would just move it down to the next hole and move it down to the next hole, and so forth. So you could just stamp it down that way. I will do another video showing all that stuff, but I just wanted to show you kind of clean and simple, easy. That's kind of the basis of how I understand the positioner. I will also watch other videos and learn other things, but that was kind of the initial. It's super light. It has foam on the back, so it's easy to carry around if you're going to, friend's house to craft, whatever. All right, so now I'm just going to put the rest of the card together, and then we'll see which dies fit on which paper, because I imagine that at least some of them that they will. So this is not a complicated card, but I need my glue. So I've already cut this. I believe it's 3x4. Pretty certain it's 3x4. 3x4. And the reason why I did it 3x4 was, let's see, so we're using this piece. I can get like 1, 2, 3, 4 going across that way, and 1, 2, 3 there. So I can get 12 sizes from this one piece of paper without any waste. So it's a kind of a nice size to use, and then it fits really nice here with the border on either side. All right, so this one, since we're doing 2, I'm gonna do 2 different, there's 2 different prints of paper. They look similar, but they are different. How cute is this? All right, so then we have our, we have to color. So I have my blends markers, and this is simple coloring. I'm not gonna blend colors. I'm just going to kind of do flat coloring. And I'll tell you what colors I'm using. This is the dark Calypso Coral, the top of the mushroom cap. I kind of follow the color scheme of the paper. And I also, when I color, I don't like to do like the next one. I'm not going to do the one that touches it. I want to let that dry a little bit. If I wanted to blend it, I like to do them when they're wet because then the colors bleed into each other. But I don't want them to bleed into each other. So I'm just going to do a part that's not touching. So this is peach pie. This is the light peach pie. And if you have questions about the positioner or the offer or anything, just, type them in the chat box. I'll do my best to answer them. But to be honest, that was the first time I used it. But I had knowledge from the Stamparatus, so they work similar. I read that you can still do, like, you can make a wreath and you can shift things around. And that's why I think, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little like arrow. So I think you would put your paper here and then you would shift the paper around. I know that's how we did it with the other one too. All right, so that was light gray. Now I'm gonna do, I need some of my markers. The tips aren't so good anymore. This is dark Daffodil Delight. The bee. Funny, this bee has like a fuzzy neck. So I could still do that yellow, but I decided to do it another color. I was again following the paper. But I'm gonna wait because they're touching. So now I'm gonna go back and do the stems with light old olive. This is pretty easy coloring, like I said. All right. Now I'm gonna use, oh, that's right. I changed my colors because this I thought was a little dark. So I went to ivory. So it's a little bit lighter. And I just realized I'm going to, we'll see it a little gray on the arms. And then we'll go back down here. This is petal pink. You can make your mushrooms any color you want. And the last part I did, I'm gonna actually make them lighter than this one. I'm gonna do the wings pool party. Those ones I did gray and they're a little dark. And then I'm gonna add a little wink of Stella on top of, I have 2 here because I don't know which one works. very light on the wings, but also on the water. All right. And I did not color in the watering can because I already stamped, colored, and cut them out here. So I ended up doing the soft sea foam to match the color of the paper. So I'm just going to glue this flat. You could use dimensionals if you wanted, but I'm going to glue this flat and then I'm going to pop up my words. So that's going to go right there. Gonna go there. And then we're going to cut a little piece of my dimensionals for the watering can. All right, so like I said, this bundle, the sweetest, what is it called? One's called cute bugs and one's sweet as a bug, the paper versus the bundle. I'm just gonna put this watering can right on top of where I stamped it. 'Cause again, I just wanted you to see the blue water. There we go. And the last piece on this card is I already did it. There is, where's the stamp set? Case, here it goes. There's a few words. Hello, friend. Love you lots and spread joy. I think the spread joy is really nice. Definitely goes with gardening, but I just think it's a nice message to have. And so I used my white embossing powder on Poppy Parade. And then I'm just going to use scissors just to trim it. Pop those up. Dimensionals. Let me cut this one in half. Oops. So it's a pretty nice join offer if you've ever considered or thought about joining Stampin' Up. It's kind of a nice offer that you can get the positioner. If you are either a demonstrator already or you're not interested in joining, and that's totally fine. They didn't tell us when it's available, they just said at a later date, but my guess is, or my prediction is, it will definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely. My guess is it will be available when the new annual catalog goes live, which is the beginning of May. And it would be the same price that we pre-ordered it for, which was $49. I was just looking for, did I not bring them up? Here they are. Just to kind of finish it off. Oh, we'll do the inside too. So I have gems. These are the ones that went with a pair. Oops. That one fly. And those ones are little ones. We want some big ones. I think we're going to do the blue and the green. And these have a little sparkle in them. No, but this one I'll do the green and the blue. Like that. And the other thing is I already cut strips 4 by 3/4 inches just to put something on the inside because you can stamp other work, thank you or happy birthday or whatever you want to put on the inside. I do sometimes like to put a little strip of paper. And I didn't make it go edge to edge on purpose. If I did, I would have to cut it the length of 4 1/4. But if you cut at 4 inches, you maximize your paper because the paper is 12 inches in length. So I can get 3 sections of these 4 inches versus if I did 4 1/4, I would only get 2. All right, there are the cute little cards. And you again, these are kind of on the simpler card, but cute, showcasing the paper and just a little bit of the stamping. But you can see how fast they would go by using the positioner, which is fun. I'm glad you like it, Nancy. All right, let me put my cover on my glue and then let's check out the paper to see which sheets go with the dies. So here are the dies. Here's I've been putting like once I use them, the little pieces I'm putting in a clear envelope. I don't know if that helps me. So I haven't used that much. Oh, that's the only dye I've used, the little watering can. So this is how they come. You get the mushrooms, you get a cute little butterfly, a snail, and a dragonfly, stems for the flowers. You get all the outlines for all of the stamps there. It is really cute. But let's see, let's look at the paper. So I'm done with that piece. Let's see. Where is the, I have to figure out which dies are. Which ones are which? Let's see. This one looks like the bug reading a book. Here we go. That works. This one looks like, yep, the watering can, or not the beep of the watering can. So yes, I would say we'll check the other sheet, but definitely the dies work on this sheet. There's the, just have to find it. Oh, it could be on another sheet. All right, that one's on a different sheet. So yes, so those ones work on this paper. Now let's see what's on this. I think these ones are too little. And these ones might be too little also, but let's see. There's the praying mantis, but I don't see a die for the praying mantis. Let's see. All right. I think it might just be the ones with the white background. You would think that, well, this, I mean, they definitely do the stamp set ones. And again, I'm just doing this kind of quick. So they may or may not. Oh, here we go. So that one goes with that one. So yeah, so there were more ones on here that stamp out, that cut out. So I think it's just the white background. But good to know. That's actually, now I know. All right, so those are the cards. This is the, let's move this over. The Stampin', just like Stampin' Up, the Stampin' Positioner. It comes with, we get the 2 plates. I'll wash those and put the, but just always remember, read it up. I'm gonna do that all the time. As long as you can read Stampin' Up at that position, it goes right there. And same with this one. This one works on kind of that way. And I would say probably when you use that one, you're going to use it in this direction. That would be my guess. But kind of cool. I'll be doing lots of playing with it and show you. Oh, I almost pushed the wrong button. Here we go. So yeah, so that is just a quick little overview of the Stampin' Positioner that you can get part of your starter kit from now until March 2nd, till a month. If you earned any bonus days coupons, you can redeem them between now and I think it's February 28th. I don't think that goes to February 2nd. I'm pretty sure that's just to the end of February. There's a new product of the month. It's some fun paper. I don't remember what it's called, but it has some fun patterns to it. What else? I think those are the 3 things from Stampin' Up this month, and then, which are big things. And then I hope that you just so one more. The magnet's really strong. They are different than, here, let me go back. Good question. It's funny because when I lift them up, they don't feel strong, but they're strong. I mean, I can move them. I happen to have the Stamparatus ones, and those work here. And look, these move the same as that. So they're actually probably just as strong. These are just longer. But what I really like is this flap. So you can lift it, whereas this one was always, we added tape and stuff to it. So I would say, I don't want to put them together just in case we used to shatter them. I would say that yes, they are strong. But they move around easily too, which is nice because it's not just a total grip. Um, Good question. All right. There we go. So yeah. So yep, so the bonus day coupons redeem the joining kit for the stamping positioner tool. And if you have any questions about joining, what it means, what responsibilities are, requirement, all that kind of stuff. Let me know, and I'll be sending out information about that all throughout the month. But please ask because I don't always know what you want to know, so it helps me get that question answered, as well as I'm sure other people have the same question. Um, and then there was one other oh, the product of the month. And then Thursday evening, I'm going live with my good friend Anne Lewis she's a demonstrator in Australia. And so we're doing that new, we're calling it Let's Create Together, because it's not just a live of us doing things. You guys can make whatever it is along with us. So this is posted on my blog, mailsomethingpretty.com. And you can just take down the measurements. You can either pre-cut ahead of time, or you can kind of be at the ready and have some supplies ready to cut. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna pre-cut. I mean, I might do both actually, because I have no idea what the project is, which makes it fun. Last month we had a fun project that I designed that Anne had no idea what we're doing. So it's makes it fun. So that's Thursday night. So again, questions, you can email me, Christine at mailsomethingpretty.com. You can send me a message on Facebook. You can write a comment on, I'm going to post this video on the Facebook page, or you can just put it on YouTube. Yeah. And so that's what I have for you today. Thanks so much for joining in live and all the replays. And you had great questions, so I'd like to answer them. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next. Oh, I'll see you next week, but I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.